Have you ever felt like time is slipping away faster than it used to? Or maybe you've noticed that your energy levels aren't what they once were, and you're wondering how to make the most of the years ahead. The truth is, how we age isn't just about genetics or luck. It's about the choices we make every single day. And some of those choices, even the small ones, can have a big impact on how long and how well we live. That's why today we're going to talk about 4 dangerous habits that can shorten your life after 60. These aren't just minor slip-ups. They're habits that can seriously affect your health, energy, and overall quality of life. But here's the good news. Once you know what they are, you can take steps to change them. And trust me, your future self will thank you. In this video, we'll cover 4 habits you need to stop doing now: smoking, excessive sitting, poor sleep, and isolation. These might sound familiar, but the impact they have on your health might surprise you. Let's dive into the first 2 habits and explore why they're so harmful and what you can do instead. Habit number 1: smoking, the silent life shortener. Let's start with one of the most well-known but still dangerous habits: smoking. If you're a smoker, you've probably heard this 1,000 times, but it's worth repeating. Smoking is one of the worst things you can do for your health, especially as you age. Smoking damages nearly every organ in your body, from your lungs to your heart to your brain. It increases your risk of lung cancer, heart disease, stroke, and even conditions like dementia. And here's the scary part. Even if you've been smoking for decades, quitting now can still make a huge difference. Studies have shown that quitting smoking at any age can add years to your life. Within just a few months of quitting, your lung function improves, your circulation gets better, and your risk of heart disease starts to drop. It's never too late to quit, and the benefits are almost immediate. If you're ready to quit, start by talking to your doctor. There are medications, patches, and other tools that can help make the process easier. And don't be afraid to lean on friends, family, or support groups for encouragement. You don't have to do it alone. Habit number 2: excessive sitting, the hidden health hazard. Now, let's talk about something that might surprise you: sitting too much. You might think, I'm not smoking, I'm not drinking, I'm just sitting. How bad can it be? Well, the answer is pretty bad. Excessive sitting has been called the new smoking because of how harmful it can be to your health. When you sit for long periods, your metabolism slows down, your blood flow decreases, and your muscles start to weaken. Over time, this can lead to weight gain, high blood pressure, and even an increased risk of heart disease and diabetes. But here's the good news. You don't have to become a gym rat to combat this. The key is to move more throughout the day. If you're watching TV, get up during commercials and stretch or walk around. If you're working at a desk, set a timer to remind yourself to stand up and move every 30 minutes. Even small movements can make a big difference. And if you're able, try to incorporate more physical activity into your daily routine. Walking, swimming, or even gentle yoga can help counteract the effects of sitting and keep your body strong and healthy. Now that we've covered the first 2 habits, smoking and excessive sitting, let's take a moment to reflect. These habits might seem harmless or even unavoidable, but the truth is, they're silently chipping away at your health. The good news is, you have the power to change them. In the next part, we'll explore the next 2 dangerous habits: poor sleep and isolation. These might not seem as obvious as smoking or sitting, but they're just as important when it comes to living a long, healthy life. So stay with me, we're just getting started. We've already talked about how smoking and excessive sitting can silently shorten your life, but there are 2 more habits that are just as dangerous, and they might surprise you. These habits are often overlooked because they don't seem as obvious, but their impact on your health and longevity is just as significant. Let's dive into the next 2 habits you need to stop doing now. Habit number 3: poor sleep, the overlooked health saboteur. Let's talk about something we all need but often don't get enough of: sleep. If you're someone who brushes off a bad night's sleep as just part of getting older, it's time to rethink that mindset. Poor sleep isn't just about feeling tired. It can have serious consequences for your health. As we age, our sleep patterns naturally change. It might take longer to fall asleep, or you might wake up more often during the night. But consistently poor sleep can lead to a host of problems, including weakened immunity, memory issues, and even an increased risk of chronic conditions like heart disease and diabetes. And here's something you might not realize. Poor sleep can also affect your mood and mental health. Lack of sleep has been linked to higher levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. Over time, this can create a vicious cycle where poor sleep leads to poor mental health, which in turn makes it even harder to sleep. So, what can you do to improve your sleep? Start by creating a bedtime routine that helps you wind down. Avoid screens for at least an hour before bed, and try to go to sleep and wake up at the same time every day. Make your bedroom a comfortable, relaxing space, cool, dark, and quiet. If you're still struggling, talk to your doctor. There could be an underlying issue, like sleep apnea or restless leg syndrome, that's affecting your sleep. The key is to take sleep seriously and make it a priority. Habit number 4, isolation, the silent killer. Now, let's talk about something that might not seem like a habit at all, isolation. As we get older, it's common to spend more time alone. Maybe your kids have moved away, or you've retired and lost the daily social interactions that work used to provide. But here's the thing, isolation can be just as harmful to your health as smoking or poor sleep. Studies have shown that loneliness and social isolation can increase your risk of heart disease, stroke, and even dementia. In fact, some research suggests that chronic loneliness can be as damaging to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. That's a staggering statistic, and it highlights just how important social connections are for our well-being. But here's the good news. It's never too late to build or rebuild those connections. Start by reaching out to friends or family members you haven't spoken to in a while. Join a club, take a class, or volunteer in your community. Even small interactions like chatting with a neighbor or saying hello to someone at the grocery store can make a difference. And if you're feeling particularly isolated, consider seeking out support groups or community organizations that cater to seniors. These can be great places to meet new people and form meaningful connections. Now that we've covered poor sleep and isolation, let's take a moment to reflect. These habits might not seem as obvious as smoking or sitting too much, but their impact on your health is just as real. The good news is, they're also habits you can change. In the next part, we'll wrap up with some practical tips for breaking these habits and replacing them with healthier ones. We'll also talk about how small changes can lead to big improvements in your health and happiness. So, stay with me, we're almost there. We've covered 4 dangerous habits that can shorten your life after 60: smoking, excessive sitting, poor sleep, and isolation. These habits might seem like small parts of your daily routine, but their impact on your health and longevity is anything but small. The good news? Once you're aware of them, you can take steps to change them, and it's never too late to start. In this final part, we'll talk about how to break these habits and replace them with healthier ones. We'll also wrap up with some encouragement and practical tips to help you take that first step toward a longer, healthier life. Breaking the habits. Small changes, big results. Let's start with smoking. If you're a smoker, quitting is one of the best things you can do for your health. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Start by setting a quit date and letting your friends and family know so they can support you. Consider using nicotine replacement therapy or talking to your doctor about medications that can help. And remember, every day without a cigarette is a victory. Next, let's tackle excessive sitting. The key here is to move more throughout the day. Set a timer to remind yourself to stand up and stretch every 30 minutes. Take short walks after meals, or try activities like gardening or dancing. The goal isn't to run a marathon, it's to keep your body moving and your blood flowing. For poor sleep, focus on creating a bedtime routine that helps you wind down. Avoid screens before bed. Keep your bedroom cool and dark, and try relaxation techniques like deep breathing or gentle stretching. If you're still struggling, don't hesitate to talk to your doctor. There could be an underlying issue that needs to be addressed. Finally, let's talk about isolation. Building social connections might feel daunting, but it's one of the most important things you can do for your health. Start small. Call a friend, join a club, or volunteer in your community. Even small interactions can make a big difference in how connected and supported you feel. The beauty of these changes is that they don't have to happen all at once. Start with one habit, whichever feels most manageable, and build from there. Maybe it's taking a short walk every day, or calling a friend once a week. Over time, these small changes can add up to big improvements in your health and happiness. And here's something to keep in mind. You don't have to do it alone. Whether it's a friend, family member, or support group, having someone to cheer you on can make all the difference. The message I want to leave you with is this: it's never too late to make a change. Whether you're 60, 70, or 80, your body and mind have an incredible ability to heal and adapt. By breaking these dangerous habits and replacing them with healthier ones, you're not just adding years to your life, you're adding life to your years. So, what's one small change you can make today? Maybe it's taking a walk, calling a friend, or setting a bedtime routine. Whatever it is, take that first step. Your future self will thank you. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried breaking any of these habits? Or maybe you're just getting started. Let me know how it's going in the comments below. Your experiences and insights could inspire someone else to take that first step toward a healthier, happier life. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more tips on living your best life at any age. And remember, it's never too late to start. Here's to making small changes and reaping big rewards, one step at a time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.